In the last two videos, we looked at defining the ICP and the buyer personas of Canary. And we were able to do that pretty easily just by using the resources we had online, right? Canary's website and good old Google and LinkedIn. So for the ICP, again, we looked at defining the ideal customer profile that Canary would want to go after, and then the actual buyer persona as well. Who at that company do they want to sell to? So for ICP, we defined it as they want to go after upscale luxury boutique type of hotels, anywhere in the 100, 200 rooms, and or managing groups that manage multiple properties of these kind of larger or these upscale boutique type of hotels. Mostly it looks like on the northeast coast or west coast. Then when we look at buyer personas, it looks like we're going after general managers at these single location hotels, vice presidents of finance or directors of finance, and then maybe even some IT or cybersecurity type folks. And it looks like the common pain points are things around guest efficiency, so getting people in and out of the hotel quicker, faster, decreasing fraud, decreasing chargebacks, overall guest experience. These are all the type of pain points or value propositions that we're working towards here. So this is all really, really good information. Now the next question becomes, how do we find more customers like these, right? We got all of these off of Canary's website. Now what we want to do is take it to the next level. Maybe we're an SDR at Canary today and we want to go find new prospects to reach out to. Or let's say we're interviewing with Canary and we're trying to become an SDR. A very common interview question is, hey, here's our ideal customer profile, or go to find it yourself, and then find us new customers to reach out to. Who do you think we should be talking to that we're not talking to today? Now, what we're going to do right now is walk through how to do that process from start to finish. Once we have the ICP, once we have the buyer persona, how do we find more prospects? So in this case, or in all cases, it's best to start with the finding ideal customers to go after, and then we'll worry about the buyers at those companies. So what I would do is probably just go straight to Google. I do a simple Google search like boutique hotels in Santa Monica. I just picked Santa Monica because it's off the top of my head. Didn't even spell boutique right, but luckily Google caught that for me. And I would scroll down here until I get like a list like this. Top cool boutique hotels in Santa Monica. If I click on that, it's going to take me to this list. Some blogger probably wrote this, but what I'm going to use it is I'm going to prospect off of it. So I can find some of these hotels here. Santa Monica Proper Hotel. Let's see, it looks pretty nice. Paley House in Santa Monica. So I would kind of scroll through, get an idea of some of these, and maybe I'll just start looking some up. Let's start at the top, work our way down. So Proper Hotel. All I'm going to do is copy and paste this, pop open LinkedIn, and see if this hotel here meets what I'm looking for from an ICP perspective. And you can do this with any type of customer. Let's say we're looking for, maybe our ICP was like technology companies with 5,000 employees. You could do this type of search with any type of company. In this case, it happens to be hotels for us. All right, so let's go to companies. Let's find the right one that we're looking for. Proper Hospitality in Santa Monica. Okay. And so far, it's on the West Coast, 500 to 1,000 employees. It looks like it's kind of meeting what we're looking for. So what I would do is I would start, writing this information down. I'd start a prospecting list here where I got hotel, location, employee range, all of this goodness here, and I would just start taking notes. I might go do the same thing again. Let's scroll down here. Let's do this for Oceania as well. New LinkedIn, and I would just do this a couple of times with some of these different types of hotels. So I can do it with Oceania. All right, and if I go to companies, I'm not sure which one it is. I might have to guess. I'm not seeing much here for Oceania. People. I got one employee on LinkedIn. Maybe that was the wrong one. So sometimes this will happen, right? You kind of guess and then have to check and figure out who you're going after. I do see Young Yoon here, general manager at Hotel Oceana. Let's save his profile. That might be who we're looking for. I'd probably go do this for one other city, like San Francisco, luxury hotels in San Francisco. We got a Forbes guide here. This is great. You'll find all these types of lists for whatever type of, whatever you're looking for. They've listed out some for me here. Hotel Driscoll, Pacific Heights. I would just do the same thing, right? Pop this open in LinkedIn. And all I'm trying to do is collect some information so that I can do my prospecting. And hopefully I can stay on the right links here. All right. Companies, no results. It's okay. Remember, like sometimes you gotta just play around with the naming there. There we go. Hotel Driscoll. We got it. Sweet. 10 employees, 11 to 50 employees on LinkedIn. This looks like directionally correct for what we're looking for as well. And we got John here, the general manager, right off the bat. So what I would start to do is, do the research on these companies. And I've done some already for us here on a few of these, so we can take a look at what the end result looks like. But let's start with that hotel proper in San Francisco or Santa Monica. So now that I know that, hey, this might be a good fit for me or a good prospect for me, I'm going to look to see if they have our buyer personas there. Because it's not one or the other, right? We want to make sure we still have someone to talk to there. So I would start with general manager as a title. And just so you saw how I got there, I went to all filters, scroll down to the bottom here, type in title, general manager. All right, I got hotel executive Mario. I've got his LinkedIn up here. So general manager at Proper Hospitality. We've got Mario here. Sweet. So I would just simply start to list out Mario's information. Then I would actually do another search while I have Proper open. I would probably look at another title, maybe like finance manager. Since that actually popped up a couple times, it's always good to have one or two people at each company to reach out to try to prospect. And I already did this earlier for Proper, and we got Naya here, who is the vice president of finance at the Proper Hotel in Santa Monica. So once I have maybe one or two or more different profiles of people or different titles of people at this company, I'm going to move on to the next one. And one thing I noticed earlier was when I was looking at Mario's, that he's worked at a lot of hotels, right? He's been in this industry a while. So some of these might be good for me to prospect into. Like this Montage International, when you click in there, we see it's a pretty big, large hotel chain, right? We got ultra luxury hotel resort collection, 1,300 employees. We could start to use them to prospect into. Same thing I noticed earlier when we were looking at Eric's profile. Remember, Eric was he was actually featured on Canary's website as a case study. And when I was on his profile earlier, I realized he worked at a lot of different hotels as well. So I've got this company Public, and Public, it looks like, is a luxury hotel in New York as well. So they might be a good prospect for me. So especially in this type of industry, in the hotel, retail, or hospitality industry, it seems like a pretty tight-knit community, right? People move from one place to another place, and all those different hotels might be good prospects for me to reach out to. So I got the Proper Hotel in here. I got Montage. I have the Oceana, Public, and then the Hotel Driscoll. And what I want to do is for each one of these, just start to list out some information, see if they pass a sniff test, right? All of these are in California or New York, so I'd say probably pass a sniff test. Employee ranges seem about right. I could find my buyer personas at each one, either general manager or director of finance. I didn't look for the IT persona, but that could be the next one I go and find. And this is something that you'll be doing on a daily basis as an SDR, is going out there and finding prospects to reach out to. You might spend, 2 or 3 hours, twice a week just prospecting, trying to get as many customers together or companies together as you can so that you have people to reach out to. And then what we're going to do is start building out email scripts, call scripts that we reach out to these folks, and we're going to do that in the next section.